Everybody doing? Okay. So some of y'all may be tempted to help people thinking you're giving back, but don't be helping the enemy, y'all. Don't be helping people who is getting their karma. I know some of y'all want to help and give back and all of that, and that's something that you may feel like you want to do right now, but don't be helping people without getting your money. Okay? If you're going to put anything free out there, make it be like only 5% of what you're working with. I know things, y'all. I told y'all that my destiny is to be a spiritual coach. I'm a high priestess. And when I tell y'all these warnings, take it seriously. There's people who want out of their karma. And they're going to do anything they can right now to get out of it. They're not going to care about watching you in secret to copy you. They're not going to care. Now, I didn't got a synchronicity more than once to achieve in silence, even to not be so accessible while you're achieving. Do not mention your goals. Don't even speak them out loud. If you set it new intentions during this current moon, if you're about to go in hard to get the bag, don't even talk about it around nobody. I'm hearing people who's in karmic debt, they're complaining around me. They're saying, "Oh, I spent all this money on this. I couldn't afford this." I'm like, that's not my problem. That's your karma debt. That's your karma debt. Okay? I know that y'all want to be compassionate and sympathy, but I'm telling y'all, we divine ones have been given another chance to manifest richness, to take the ultimate leap where everything's in alignment and to get their dream life. As divine ones have been given that opportunity right now. You will get set back if you deal with anyone who's an anchor, who's comfortable being in bondage, who is sneaky, who have ever stole from you before, who have ever imitated you. Avoid those people. I don't care what history you got. Don't take no exes back. Don't take no exes back. If somebody wants your help, make them work for it. Okay? I know things, y'all. I know things right now, and I'm not going to say, like I said, I'm not going to say what I know because I got people that come here to try to be me. That's another thing. How you speak to God is personal. Okay? So if God is speaking to you right now, don't be saying how God's speaking to you. Because there's people, they might not be trying to achieve what you achieve, but they could be trying to act like they got the same power as you. So I'm not even going to say how I know this, what I saw, what was the synchronicities. I'm not even going to say what they were. Because I noticed a year ago when I would mention the synchronicities, then I would have a lot of people acting like they're my synchronicity and they would show up in my news feed. So I ain't saying nothing. Whatever resources and books you're using, don't say nothing. Okay? Don't be coming up on these platforms knowing that you ain't making much money on your YouTube, knowing that it ain't got a big breakthrough. And revealing all your resources. Revealing your resources is also something you're supposed to get paid for. So if you have resources that you know that's abundant, that's tapped into God, you need to charge people to find out what they are. Okay? If you have a process that's working for you right now, charge people. Literally, put your little video up, do your little 10, 15 minutes, but 90% of the content be like, You got to pay for it. I'm just telling y'all what I know. Okay? Somebody might try to come in to help you because they want out of their karma. But that don't mean that you go extra hard in helping them back. Let them help you. Let them slave themselves out for you. If they owe you, if they betrayed you, let them break their back to win you back. Period. I got somebody right now that's trying to get on good terms with me again because they did me real dirty. And I'm doing the bare minimum in the relationship right now while they're breaking their back. And they're going to keep breaking their back until this season is over. They're going to have to break their back to get out their karmic debt all through spring until midsummer. And I'm doing the bare minimum. Because when people set you back, they might set you back a whole year. Other people's abuse and toxicity can set you back a whole year. So that's a heavy bill to pay, and they need to pay it with a smile on their face. Hi, everybody. For real. And then there's some people that might want to argue with you to drain you. Energy leeches coming. Ignore them. Like, don't even entertain toxic masculine energy today, because it's coming. It's coming. Don't entertain it. Or people that think they're entitled to your energy, regardless of how abusive and arrogant they were. Don't entertain that energy. Okay, if y'all got father figures or male energy in your life that's acting entitled to your energy and they know they cheated on you or abused you, don't be so quick to entertain their energy. Okay? See, when people abuse people, the Creator will put them and make them a slave. Especially when people abuse minorities. Their karma end up being that they have to be a slave. And they don't want that. They want you to get them out of their slave karmic debt. No. Stop paying the energy bill for energy bill of people. Let them pay their own energy bill. Don't tell them how to get out of their diet for free. Their lose weight for free. None of that. Because some people trying to have a fitness club right now. Don't be giving them no information for free. Don't be telling them what vitamins to use. Don't be telling them what diet. If the Creator told you to do a certain diet, don't be telling them that for free. Don't. For real. If there's certain spiritual practices that the Creator told you got to do today or this week to have the breakthrough, don't be giving it away for free. Okay? June is big. That's Empress. If this is the Empress season, like this is big money. This is get your gifts, gift after gift after gift. Just get straight up gifted. Don't. No drama, no emotional toxicity, no emotional blackmailing, and no codependency. None of that. None of that. Okay? If you know you ain't sleeping around in all in these streets and you ain't hoeing, don't let nobody treat you like you're a servant. It's a no. Okay? If you okay with being celibate, matter of fact, you better off being celibate all the way. I would say be celibate all the way through to mid-August. That way the harvest is nice and high and thick. You know, as they say, knee high by 4th of July. The corn. Close your legs. If you're a woman, shut down shop, okay? Close your legs, put away the toys. Y'all know what the toys I'm talking about. And get that money. For real. Don't be so quick to let these vampires lay up in the bed with you and harvest your energy. Let them go to sleep by themselves. Okay? Because some of these vampires are so powerful, that they don't gotta have sex with you. All they need is for you to go to the bed with them the same time they go to bed. So let them go to bed before you. Shoot, stay up late somewhere else or something. Also, I was told change the script too. Be unpredictable. If you predictable, these people gonna use your energy. They're gonna track your energy to get out of their karma. It's a no. Like I know people are like, oh, she about to do a psychic reading. Y'all don't see no cards out on this channel right now. Ha ha ha. Because I'm not no fool. I'm not no fool. For real. Everybody being a hog, overeating and stuff, chasing muscles and big booties, let them do that. Go ahead and drink your tea. Go ahead and drink your tea. The Empress is like, the Empress is like, if I get skinny, I get skinny. The Empress. So let everybody else chase other people's sexuality. Let them do that. For real. All right. Don't let nobody tell you you ain't perfect. There's no such thing as perfection. Nothing's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Okay. Don't be trying to be perfect with your work. You go with the flow of your own energy. Let your own energy tell you how to move. Don't be thinking about how other people do things and then trying to crack the whip on yourself. And I don't do terrorists, and even if I did, I'm not saying sorry. That's the energy you gotta be in. Even if I was on this video doing terrorists, I ain't apologizing for a damn thing, choices in my life. At all. You should be in that energy, taking back the power. Now, there's people that want to argue with you. It came out in my self-care. I got a self-care little Rolodex that has little quotes and stuff on it. Synchronicity. People can argue by their damn self. People want to get on these comments and be drama queens and post toxic comments to try to block up somebody's Empress energy. No. Try to ruin somebody's character so they don't get no money and coins. No. Argue by yourself. Shoot. You know what I do when I feel like people's trying to dump their trash trauma on me and trying to get me in an argument because they're trying to find a release of their trauma energy. I will literally go and I'll go somewhere where there's water at. I will go down to a creek or something. Be like, I'm out. If I got family members that want to keep things going in circles and getting nowhere, want to treat me like a cat chasing a toy and never giving the toys to me, I roll and I go where there's water at to cleanse their toxic energy out of my field. Hi, everybody. There's a lot of energy drainage going on right now. And it's coming from people who you may have had sex with. It is coming from other business owners, entrepreneurs. Yes, it's coming from entrepreneurs. Okay, draining and leeching. All right. If you feel like you missed something today, it was meant to be missed. Okay? It was meant to be missed. If you didn't attend, if you don't attend a workshop or something like that, then you wasn't supposed to be there. Remember, rejection is also protection, but also missing participation is also protection. If you don't remember to participate in something, 9 times out of 10 you wasn't supposed to be there. That's so funny. You said do a reading on you. I am going to start doing readings, but remember what I told y'all that I don't do public tarot readings. They're only one on one. If I do a tarot reading, it's one on one with nobody else around, and they have to be done outdoors. Okay, but I will gladly do. I will gladly pull some wisdom out of books for you. I could do that. I can open a book and get a message for you. I can get a message any damn way. I can get a message looking into your eyes. I can get a message. Um, mm, shoot. Anyway, some of y'all know what I told y'all. I'm an air rising. I'm a high priestess. And as long as I protect my mental health and as long as I avoid these vampires out here, my psychic abilities are very strong. I don't want to be around no vampires. I don't care who it is. Because they the ones that cause you delays. They suck your energy. And then you be like too tired, too weak to manifest. Sucking your life force. I had somebody, I just figured out somebody I know was using me to get out of their debt. Every time they would be around me, a week later, they would suddenly be getting money, or suddenly, like the next 3 months after they would be around me, all of a sudden they meet and they achieving all their goals. And I wasn't achieving my goals. They was harvesting my energy. And they still watching. They still coming to my channel. They will not stop sucking on my energy. Okay, yep, there it is, y'all. There it is. Yep, you're being taught how to process your emotions right now. So you have to protect your emotional health right now. Yep, there it is. Saturn. Be realistic about your family life and relationship and love life. If you're an entrepreneur, you could be going through something with your YouTube. You got to be careful of letting yourself be toxic competition. Okay, y'all, confusion. Yep, it's coming out. All the things that I got is coming out. I don't even need to do it. Confusion. There's a lot of people. Somebody playing games. Some of y'all got a resource that's playing games with you. Your feelings or your family members playing games, or there's a somebody with drama playing games. Making you think that it's going to give you, it's going to bless you when it's not. It's basically playing games with your emotions. It really don't care about you. Some of y'all got a resource or somebody that don't really care about you, and that's just it. Causing confusion. Somebody might be trying to corrupt your health or your diet. Some of y'all may be, they know people that's addicts or whatever. I didn't do no tarots, but I know what I'm picking up intuitively. Yeah. Somebody might be trying to make you stuck and stagnant. Something doesn't plan, something is not going to give you, it's not going to give you regular rewards. It's like It's almost like breadcrumbing or something here. It's toxic. I'm not going to mention the resource that I'm using. It's not Tarot's, but I'm not going to mention the resource because I don't need people running to get my resource unless they pay me. Remember, y'all, a magician always keeps something up their sleeve. A magician is also secretive. So if y'all so quick to let all y'all resources be on screen and be seen by the public, then don't complain when you got everybody walking around looking like you, acting like you. That's why I hold myself accountable now for letting too many people on this channel see my resources. I won't be doing that no more. Y'all. And you know we're living in that world where everybody want to push their religion on people and say, you should just be trying to help. Helping strangers all the time for free is not paying the bills. I still gotta eat. Okay? And people are thinking they can hold on to their money with all the strength they got and just keep on accessing other people's power. It's a no. If I gotta be broke, then everybody around me who been getting free stuff from me, they gonna be broke with me. I'm not gonna be broke by myself when I got people around me who I've been feeding. No. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Keep your faith in your dreams. I'm reading a book here. Yeah. Yeah, there's something that needs to be sacrificed. Some of y'all got to sacrifice toxic friends, people from your childhood, people you've known for many years who are toxic eating habits, illusions, people making you think that what you got with them is real when it's not, because somebody might be unfaithful or somebody's a liar or whatever. I opened the book and went to that page. I'm doing intuitive. That's why y'all don't hear no cards being hammered. I'm letting my intuition guide me to what I need to say. Mm, yeah. Whatever comes through. Yeah. Don't be stuck in dreamland. Get realistic. Get a structure or something of that nature. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm drawn to when I look at the look in this book. Yeah, you have to have a plan. Don't just act on the whim of the moment. You have to plan what you're going to do. Make sure that you have the skills. That's what it's saying. That's what I'm picking up. I'm drawn to. Okay, yeah. You need to spend time in your mind speaking to God rather than just jumping right in. You need to let um, the a higher power tell you when the time is right. Okay, it's something like that. So something between like during this hour of the day, you have to make sure that you're being mindful of your energy, and basically you got to make sure that the path is clear, that you're ready energetically, and that you're mindful, that your mind is clear. I burned a coconut lavender candle today that I normally don't burn. Okay. Also, if you're thinking lack of money, you're going to stay in karmic debt. You're not going to get no money. So you may want to look at how your feelings about money may be actually keeping you from getting rewards or keeping you from attracting blessings or attracting people who will give you rewards. It's your mindset about money. If you're trying to hold on to so tight to what you got and you're not giving a little bit out there, then the money's not going to come to you. So don't be a cheapskate. Invest in education and the resources that you need. Don't think like, oh, you know, you have to invest in also your glow up. If you're ever going to glow up, you have to be willing to have high quality stuff. Okay? Don't sell yourself short and don't be so cheap with yourself. It also may mean creating a new product of some kind, and I'm getting it like it's not here on the table, but I'm getting it like creating a new product of some kind and investing your money and time in it and having faith that there's going to be a positive cycle where it's going to bring you more than what you put into it. You just have to create it with love and not be so cheap when you're creating this product. Okay? Really, some of y'all already got something that might be profitable. You just need to clean it up. It just needs cleaned. Maybe you're thinking it's not enough or something like that. If you're like, oh, this product is not enough, it needs more, more, and that's not going to work. You have to realize that your product can be very minimalistic, but the quality that's within it is so good that somebody's still going to pay for it. Somebody's still going to buy it. Okay? So you got to consider how much the public can deal with per product. You know, if you have outdated beliefs about products and stocks and bonds and things like that, outdated beliefs, then you're just going to keep having a delay with the product. At some point, you have to be like, okay, I can always expand it later on. You know, I can always do it like the Jason movies. You know the movie Jason, how they kept saying Jason died, but Jason came back from the dead like about 20 times. That movie, that series is so long. So, you know, you could always do it like that, like Harry Potter. You know how there's all those Harry Potters. You could always do it like that, you know. Hi, everybody. Thank you for the rewards. That's how you got to do it. Like I realize now, when you know your worth, you actually thank the world for the reward before it comes, because it has to come. You know your worth. You know the value of what you're doing. You know how much is needed, how much the world needs it. You know the impact it's going to have on people. You know the lives that it's going to change and how. You know how bad people want that product. You know how hard you worked on it. Okay? You know how rare it is, how divine it is. And if you know all that, then why not just say thank you for the reward before the physical manifestation come? Y'all, this is deep. And guess what? A part of getting the breakthroughs you want is realizing that there is no beauty without ugliness. There's always going to be ugly where there's beauty. Always is. And what you chose to love, products and things you own, you chose to love. You chose because of a contract and a mission that you have. It doesn't matter if everybody else say that's ugly. That's what poor people have in their house, or that's what poor people keep in their closet. Doesn't matter. You know that you bought it out of love because something in your soul told you it's who you are. It's a part of who you are. For example, I stopped apologizing for buying old things, for liking aging stuff. People used to look at me weird because I like rare, weird things. And people used to look at me like I was insane. But I don't care because I know that is a part of my power. So why am I going to apologize for that? For example, let me show y'all what I'm talking about here. Let's see if I can get it. Okay. People used to think I was crazy for, hold on y'all. I don't know if I can get it out here. I had to put them in here because my cats were messing with them. Y'all, I don't know if I can get it. But there's there's gnomes here. See those little gnomes? People think that I'm crazy for having them. I've had people say, why you got them? Like, think I'm weird. But little trinkets like that is a part of my soul contract. They're actually a part of my psychic and spiritual ability. The fact that my spirit and psychic ability actually attracts the small mystical creatures that nobody can see, like fairies, sprites, gnomes, even small trolls and stuff. And I have literally seen them before and caught glimpses of them. So people might think I'm weird. The fact that I believe I know they exist. The sprites and the burrows and the brownies and stuff. I don't really care. Okay? I don't really care if someone thinks I'm crazy. It is what it is. So I wanted to talk to y'all about that, about the celebration of yourself. Don't apologize about being true to your true inner self. Okay? I had to stop dealing with my family a lot because they started thinking I lost my mind because of what I invest in. Yet, when I go to their house, there's things that they're invested in. Like my mother, she collected crystal. She had a lot of crystal, silver and crystal. It was like when you walked in her house, in her kitchen, it was like blinding because it was so much silver and crystal. But I found out that she was a psychic and a very strong psychic and strong high priestess. So she has so much air in her contract that's why she wanted to surround herself with her own energy. So it's different for everybody. Now, I like going to the thrift store and I like going and seeing stuff that's over 80 years old or 90 years old. I watch the history channels of like sunken ships and hidden treasures, treasures from the 1800s. I like that stuff. And I've created some great art inspired by that stuff. I'm not going to stop all because no one else is doing it and it's not trending. I used to love doing treasure hunt games. I stopped doing it because people I know be like, no, I don't want to do that. That's corny. Like, that's childish. And I'm like, no, it's not childish. I like treasure hunt games. So it's like, I stopped doing it because people were making me feel like I have to have somebody that says it's okay. So I decided to start doing playing treasure hunt games again online, just so I can, you know, be true to, you know, I love movies about pirates. I love those movies. My one family member, they like things about wizards and things like that. But also it's because their destiny is wizard energy. So they're always watching films and getting into the uh, more of the wizard energy. So you know what? If you're trying to reinvent yourself and have a glow up right now, you do need to take a walk back in time to see what you spent your money on, to see what you have been unable to sell. You know, if you went to pack up your house in one day, you had one day to pack up your house to move because the end of the world was coming and you had to go live underground. What would you take? That's kind of how you figure it out who you really are. Sometimes you don't know because you other people other people's energy made you buy things that you normally wouldn't buy, or made you invest in things that's not even you. And that's the realest conversation. All I know is that the creator told me is if people don't take their health seriously this month, they're going to be suffering this winter. People are going to, they're going to be on the list. You know, I don't like some of the phrases I got downloaded. So if you haven't had your genitals checked, you need to go get those genitals checked. And that's on truth. How long you gone without seeing a gynecologist or the genital doctor? When's the last time you got that checked? It doesn't matter if you're celibate. People crack me up with saying that. If you've been doing something using objects, if you haven't got checked since the last time you had sex, and you haven't had sex in a year, you still could have something in your body. And anybody who's not prioritizing their health and medicine and doing natural remedies, they're gonna, pay the price. And eating all that meat, you're gonna suffer. All that red meat, you're gonna suffer. Be careful of red meat temptation. I got that earlier. Like, no, I'm not eating all that red meat. Okay, y'all. I helped y'all out. I got to get ready to go. I got 5 minutes. Y'all see how I'm mindful of my time. The Empress ain't about wasting her time. She's not about being late to get work done. A lot of feminine energy. Service to others. Yeah, be of service to others. It came out in my resource. Notice how I'm saying resource. I'm not saying what it is. What is good for us? Your work. Okay. This is for the road, y'all. I gotta go. I have some news coming. I'm not gonna say what it is, because I want my energy to be in peace as I'm doing my work. But I do have some news coming. And I made some really major decisions today. Some people are going to be shocked, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's spell work, y'all. People getting a little bit too happy with their ability to cast spells right now. People breaking spell workers. People are breaking generational curses. And other people are putting curses on people. That's not what in my resource, but I'm getting it as a download. Okay. Yep, it came out, y'all. It says watch your relationships with other people. Be deal with people who are working for you and not against you. Okay. Mm-hmm. It also gets into charity and volunteer work. So if you're going to volunteer, you need to make sure you're not volunteering where people are using what you're doing to get money. You know, you can drop some things off in the donation bin. That's still volunteering. You can uh, do something where it's cheaper for minorities or helping the underdog. Helping out kids. For real, the way so how so many people is in everybody else's energy, we're really better off doing free stuff for kids only or minority groups. For real, that's how I feel about it. Like only doing free stuff for LGBT, African American women. Yeah, the way we're treated, um, and kids. There's no point in doing free stuff for other people. Too many people don't care about. Too many people take advantage of kids. Too many people leech off of African American women. Only want us to have but so much. Don't want us to be rich as them. I see a lot of men on YouTube getting way more donations than African American women. They getting yet the African American women on YouTube are breaking their backs, doing hard work on their videos, and it's taking them way more time to get the views and all. I'm keeping it real. I don't really care how anyone feels about what I'm saying because my money, I'm covered and favored. Okay? My money gonna come regardless because I don't be in here thinking wicked and hating and negative and all that. But I call it the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. As soon as we had somebody in office that could pass as black, as a black woman, not very very few people showed up. The slightest thing she did was held against her. But Hillary Clinton couldn't do no wrong. She couldn't do no wrong. She was flawless. She was perfect. I call it what it is. She was hiding stuff and being secretive and all that, not wanting to show stuff that needed to be shown to the public, but it was okay. Everybody still showed up for her. It was a tight election. So that's how that I didn't really care that much for both parties, but I don't like how people don't give black women any leeway. We're like extra micromanaged. The slightest thing, if we raise our voice a little high, if we sound a little deep with our tone, if with slightest disagreement and we're nailed to the cross, it's like, no, you got time for that. That's why I would rather put my stuff in writing. So I ain't got to sit up on here and argue with people all because I'm not allowed to disagree. Hi, everybody. And if you are a minority, get your sunshine. I'm telling you, you're being drained out. Minorities are so leached off of, it's not even funny. And it's not just the black minorities. It's LGBT. They too. It's when they show up talented in these groups, people leech and it's wild. All minorities need more sun than anybody else. Period. Because you know that your confidence is under attack. You know your self-worth is under attack. You know that you're being energetically oppressed. You know that your stuff has to be really, 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 really good just to get pushed. I read a comment on Facebook where this white woman said, and it was a white woman who said this. She said, white can be garbage. It's not garbage, they're applauded. And I was like, that's deep. Because look at Charles Bukowski. The man wrote all those books loaded with cliches, loaded with literal lines, totally cliche. Okay, cliche after cliche. And his work is up in a museum. Up in a museum. But Maya Angelou's poetry isn't. Her Still I Rise poetry is not framed in a museum. And that poem literally has historical value. So that speaks volumes. It just speaks volumes, y'all. So I want to talk to all minorities in this video. Stop having the utopia mindset. When you're not that protected in society, there's a bunch of people who think they can do whatever to you with your content. You know that you're put on 2-3 different interviews. You see how the affirmative action has been manipulated and corrupted. So just go ahead and sell your stuff. Stop. Have faith that money will come to you. That when people find that they can't get it nowhere else, oh, they'll come to you then. If people see that what you putting out, they can get what you did publicly, they can get from somebody else that validates their own race or their own privileges, they're going to go over there. They're going to pay that person for the extended information. People will always gravitate towards that which makes them feel like they can protect their privileges. So you might as well be like, okay, fine. Then everybody gonna pay. Everybody. Other minorities are gonna pay. Maybe I'll do a video or two sometimes just for minorities. You know, I'll put 10-15% of videos out there for minorities only for free. But most of everything else I do, everybody's going to pay. Until we see more results of equality, till we see more of it, I'm just going to worry about getting my money. And I'll choose one day out of a month to be generous. A minority cannot afford to be generous every day. You can't afford it. Y'all know this is an unfiltered channel, so I don't care. And I don't care if anybody say I'm bitter. Why? It's funny that black women are always bitter. If we're the ones always bitter and white people are never bitter, then there must be some injustice going on. There must be racism. Because why aren't they never bitter? If they go through what we go through too, then they should be bitter while we're bitter too. See? See what I'm saying? And why is the word bitter always used negatively with black women? Why is it always said with this negative tone? And why is it always implied like we don't have a right to be bitter? Like it's negative to be bitter. It's not negative to be bitter. Somebody did you wrong. You have a right to be bitter. Like, with the way it's said to us is like almost like we're bitter, like we're bitter, like we deserve what happened to us. So why are we bitter? It's wild, y'all. You see how some people ran out the video? They ran out. Oh, I don't want to hear this. Oh, I got black fatigue. I don't want to hear this. You're going to keep hearing this until the scales is balanced. You're going to keep hearing this, not if not from me, other people, until there is enough equality and justice where the minorities are not as bitter anymore, and they have more peace, and their backs are not being broken as often to pay their bills. Okay? You don't get to give no shut up cards, low key shut up cards by saying, I'm clicking out this video, I'm leaving, I'm sick of hearing this. You're sick of hearing it because you're not experiencing what we're experiencing. You're irritated by this because you're either in a token chosen situation. You can pass maybe for being half white, or you're not a minority. Like they say, learn to walk in another man's shoes for a while before you so quick to tell them to shut up and stop complaining. That's what I do. I walk in other people's shoes when they say they went through something. I take a moment and I say, okay, when a minority say they've gone through something, I say, how would I feel if I went through? I don't say, oh, stop playing victim, stop playing a race card, all because I'm secure and they're not, all because I got help and they don't. So I'm saying, oh, that's their fault. Just because I made it don't mean that I need to judge everybody else who didn't make it and say that's your fault. That's that's ridiculous. We're living in a world where everybody is like, a lot of people are basing people's powers based on their own powers. People's position based upon their own. Because they made it and they made it peacefully. If no one else make it, then they must have did something wrong. They are to blame. No. We have something in this world which is the book of evil. Remember that evil has everything that God has, just a warped and distorted, dark version of what God has, what the Creator has. So there is a book of dark energy, and it can get in the way of the light book energy, but not for long, because light always finds a way to get through and be free. But the dark can get in the way. And it cracks me up when people who don't have dark in the way, and they haven't had it much, they think they can speak on someone else's life and say, if you got dark in your way, it's because of you. If that's the case, then explain why there is some innocent nuns who did nothing to nobody that has been raped and murdered. Nuns, literally celibate and peaceful, minding their own business, robbed and raped. If there's no dark magic out here. So it makes no sense to use your own life as proof of what someone else can do and can't do. I know how extremely intuitive I am. I know other people. I know so the cosmic energy. That's their fault. They might have been really traumatized. They might have don't know how to deal with their trauma. They might have been beat up. They might be very sick. So I'm not going to sit there and say, well, that's your fault. You need to pray more. You need to pray. I'm not going to say that. Okay? But what I'm not going to do is rush in to get people out of karma. Because the bottom line is, before I get people out of their karma, I ask them, what are you doing with your life? If they say, well, I be smoking weed all the time, I be going to the bars all the time, I be fornicating and all that, I'd be like, okay, I'm not getting you out your karma. You ain't doing no work. You ain't doing no work. I work with you when you work with you. So you ain't. So get when you take the first steps to get yourself out your situation, then I will give you extra steps to get out of it. Get out of it. Serious. When I had to get dental work done, I went by myself, hours and hours of dental. Because I knew if I still got to fight for me. I knew the healing still needed to be done. Look, y'all, it don't matter if you don't got nobody in your life, okay. But the healing, the work still needs to be done. Like, no one's coming to do it. That's something that I recently realized. Like, no one's coming to cook me breakfast. No one is rushing in to do that. And when I rush in to cater to people for free, I sit here and still got to cater to myself by myself. So I'm basically I'm just like not caring about the energy I need for me. So that's what I do now, and I just say how much did I take care of myself before I can be out here and be a slave to the matrix. Because while everybody else is getting through their karma, I'm gonna be in here suffering because I didn't do me. All right, so this is for the road, y'all. Leadership. Do what you want. Do what you want. Okay. So go where you want to go. Traveling. Be careful though if you're on the roads today, y'all. Okay. Just be careful about aggressive traffic. I would just be watchful of random things getting in the way, your path, or something happening with your technical stuff. Like just be careful of trees and road rage and things like that. Do what you want with your YouTube channel. All right, be creative. Manifest whatever you want to manifest, and don't apologize. Take charge of your body. It's saying don't let nobody tell you what to do with your body. Pick your own fitness routine. Also, lifestyle. All right. Some of y'all gonna be leaving people behind because their lifestyle's not for you, and that is do what you want to do to get your fame, and don't care if anybody say what you're doing is risky. Take a risk. There's some kind of risk that needs to be taken. I know I'm gonna take a risk. I ain't gonna say what it is, but I'm damn sure gonna take a risk today. All right, bye everybody. I'll see y'all later. If y'all want to send a donation, you can send donations to my cash app at money sign Coach V Hunter. Bye everybody.